All right, we're just giving people time to join in, then we will get started. Okay, so I guess we've given people enough time to join in. We're 5 minutes gone already, so we're just going to get started. Thank you so much for joining the call. Godwin, Bodunde, Osagale, thank you. I see you, and thank you so much for joining in. All right, so without wasting any time, let's quickly get into it. You are here today because of one thing and one thing only, and that is that you have signed up for the E1X Academy Data Analysis Training. And for that, we do say thank you. Thank you for coming, and we do appreciate the time that you have taken to join the orientation. So without wasting any time, we're going to get right into today's orientation, where we're going to be walking through what it means to be signed up to this program, how you're going to be able to access your classes, how you're going to be able to access the recording for the classes, submit your assignment, speak to persons if you're having any issues. That is all that our orientation session usually covers. So if you have any question as I continue in today's event, please do drop it in the chat area or just indicate by raising up your hand. There's the raise hand emoji just below your screen. You can always raise your hand at any point in time, and I'll be more than happy to, take your questions. Right, so there is a slide that has been prepared for this session. So I'm just going to share that slide with us now and walk us through what it means to take the data analysis for business course here at E1X Academy. Okay, so my name is Romoke. I realize I haven't quite introduced myself. My name is Romoke Oladejo, and I work here at E1X as the client service executive. What this basically means is that I am mostly responsible for you and all of the steps that you would take in joining this academy. So all of those emails you have been getting, the interaction on the group has been coming from me. So Romoke is the name. And if you do have any questions later on, you're free to address me by this. There is no need for Miss, Mrs., nothing at all. We keep it very, very informal here so that we can always have conversation. And if you run into any issue during the time that you're here at E1X, please do let us know or let me know. You can always send me a message and I'll be more than happy to fix it for you. Okay, we're gradually getting there. Thank you. Fantastic, fantastic. So once again, if you're just joining the call, welcome to the April cohort orientation session for E1X Academy Data Analysis Program. This is a 3-month program that will equip you with the skills to become a data analyst and gain an edge in today's data-driven world. We're going to go right into what this course is about, what we will be learning during the course of this program, and most importantly, who is E1X Academy? Because more than anything, I know that you are wondering, why here? Why am I learning here? We are about to answer that question in this very time. All right, let's get into it. Who are we? E1X Academy is an edutech platform that is focused on equipping individuals with the technical, business, and soft skill required to excel in data analytics career. At E1X Academy, we are committed to equipping Nigerian youth with the tools and the skills to succeed in today's competitive world. So at E1X, our focus is ensuring that you have the skills that are technical, business, soft skills that are required to excel in data analytics career. Okay. What stands us out? There are several academies out there. There are several institutions out there that you could be learning data analysis from. Why choose E1X? The first is our course curriculum. Here at E1X, we cover essential data analysis curriculum that is focused on equipping our students with practical, industry-relevant knowledge. At E1X Academy, you will be getting data sets that you're going to practice with that are relevant to several industries and sectors. We do not just teach data analytics, we teach data analytics for today's world, for today's business, for making key decisions in businesses today. And that is what makes our academy a choice one for everyone who studies here at E1X. The next is that we have a faculty of expert instructors who are experienced data analysis personnel in their own everyday career. Later on, I will be showing you the persons who are going to be taking this course. You would agree with me that they have a combined expertise of over 50 years. When we put together the expertise that they have being in data analysis role, it is over 50 years for these persons. At E1X, we source only the best that can give our students the practical and the theoretical knowledge of data analytics. And beyond this, that can help our students get ready to be placed in jobs and even to excel at the current jobs that they have. So here, we are very big on expert instructors who understand what it means to impact knowledge, especially in the area of data analysis. Student support. Here, we are focused on delivering high-quality support and maximizing value for both the time and the investment that you have put in this program. We understand that this program has cost you. 1, you have paid for the program. 2, you're going to pay your time over the course of 13 weeks to learn data analytics. So for this, we ensure that we give you the support that you need. One of those supports is being in a community of co-learners. We do not isolate you. We ensure that you are able to interact with co-learners that are in your program. You can create study groups. You can ask questions on the group, and you are also having the permission to reach out to customer support personnel like myself to ask any questions that you might have. So student support, we are very, very big on it. The next one is internship and job placement opportunity. We are not just about training here at E1X. We are also very big on helping our students to land internship and also to get jobs and roles into different industries. While you are taking your classes here at E1X, we would request that you submit your CV to us if you're interested in an internship or a job placement opportunity. And once you submit that CV, we would redraft that CV and share it with our partners, who would then extend to you the opportunity to take an interview. And if you do pass this interview stage, then yay, you have just landed yourself a role. So at E1X, we're very, very concerned about our students getting the roles that will help them to grow, that will help them to increase their earning capacity. So if this or any of the things that I have said is one of your goals for signing up for this program, I just want to say to you, congratulations, you are in the right place. What are you to expect in the next 13 weeks? What will we be doing in 13 whole weeks every Saturday for 6 hours? The answer is simple. This program is designed to equip you with the skills and the knowledge that is needed to succeed as a business data analyst in today's data-driven business environment. Through a combination of theoretical concepts, practical exercises, case studies, and hands-on projects, our students gain proficiency in data analysis tools, techniques, and methodologies that are essential for making data-driven business decisions. When businesses are hiring today, they always look for persons who can make decisions that are in the best interest of their company. Most of these decisions have to be backed up by data. When you make the projection to your company or to wherever that you are applying for a role, you need to let them know that the things that you're discussing or the concepts that you're sharing is backed by data. If I ask you today, do you know how much of investor funding is currently being pushed into startups in Nigeria? While you can guess and give me a number, I will never be sure of your answer if you do not give me the particular site or the particular research that backs up your answer. But the moment you give me a quotation, a citation that tells me that this answer you want to give me is backed up by research, it is proven over time, then yes, I would agree with you that you have made a data-driven business decision. So here at E1X, you are about to experience learning a combination of theoretical concepts, practical exercises, case studies, and hands-on projects that will enable you to gain proficiency in data analytics. We're not just about the classroom experience, we are also helping you to gain hands-on knowledge and to be able to use the case study. Sorry, Godwin, you're currently unmuted. Thank you. So we put together a combination of all of these learning patterns. It's not just theoretical, it includes practical. We also use case studies of live companies. Yes, during the course of the study, you would notice that we give you data sets from companies that currently exist. We're not just drawing things from the internet or just speaking to things that do not exist. And I would, beg you to please use each and every one of your projects to project yourself online. Share the things that you have worked on, mention them, and make sure that you're speaking about them on your social platform. So that by the time you're done with the program, everyone who knows you knows that you are now a data analyst. Okay, what are the benefits of this program? The first one is that you're going to be learning from the comfort of your living room. You can be seated, you can be lying down, you can be doing anything and just have your system by your side and you're learning. Convenience of learning, you don't have to move from one place to another. The course is not practically recorded. It's actually live classes where you have a trainer come on there and teach you. You can ask the trainer any question, right? You can ask the trainer any question and you can get responses while in the class. If you miss a class, there are recordings for the class. You can always go to these recordings and watch them. So you learn from your own comfort. The second one is that you are matched with other learners and coaches. Here at E1X Academy, we don't just give you one coach, and then that's the only person you see from the beginning of your program to the very end. Remember I said earlier that we source only the best of persons who can teach data analytics. And for this to happen, we have a faculty of coaches. So there are different people who are going to be taking you through learning during the course of this program. And I want to assure you that each and every one of this person are qualified to teach this class. The next one is that you're going to work on trade cases and capstone projects. Who knows, we might even be using your own company's data. So you're going to be working on live cases. We're going to be handling data sets of companies that currently exist, making informed decisions based on those data, and even making, visualization of the data, of the results, And you're able to share this with your friends, your colleagues, and you can always try your hands on these trade cases. And the biggest part of all, you have a capstone project. This is your final project from E1X Academy that takes your experience across all the tools that we currently use in data analytics. So when we say all the tools, what tools am I speaking to? It's Excel, Power BI, SQL, Python, amongst others. Our live classes also means that you get to archive your entire classes. We have persons who have taken this course a year ago, 2 years ago, and they're still able to reference the recording from the classes to brush up their skills or even to see how something is done or completed. So as a student, you do not lose access to your learning portal. You always have access to the recording and you can always watch them even when you're done with the program. And then the very last part is that we enable you to pay flexibly. So this means that you can make a first installment, start your classes, and then you can finish your payment as the classes proceed. I believe that this makes E1X the best place for you to learn data analytics today. Thank you. All right. Now, let's talk about you. We have talked about E1X. We have talked about who we are, what our focus is, what this program entails. Let's talk about you. I want to believe that no one who is in this session today came here by mistake. Every one of us has checked out several resources, has done so much thought. You have thought about it. You have, discussed it with persons, and finally, you have made the decision to study data analytics, either to improve yourself, to better your earning income, or who knows, just for fun. But everyone is here for a reason. And that brings me to the next thing we're going to be discussing about today. What is your goal? Why are you here? You need to be able to answer this question for yourself, and most importantly, to share the answer to this with us. Because when we understand why you are here, then we can help you to achieve that purpose. We can help you to achieve that reason. So today, I hereby give you the chance to fill our goal form. I know that I have already shared this goal form with us in our group, but I would appreciate if you have not filled it, that you go to the chat area right now. The link to the goal form is being dropped there. Kindly pick it up and fill it up. It's a simple form that you can fill in 2 minutes. It basically requires your name, your phone number, your email address, and why you have signed up for this program. Trust me, if you are able to share the reason for your sign up, here at E1X, we will do everything within our ability to make sure that you achieve that goal that you have set. Another thing that your goal helps us to do is to be able to share with you the steps that you can take towards achieving that goal. So take, for example, your goal is to land an international role. As your client service executive, my job will be to look for someone who is currently working in an international role and pair you with that person. But if I do not know your goal, then I would be unable to help you with this. So this is my humble plea to you to please fill this form if you haven't. The link to the goal form has been dropped in the chat area. Please pick it up and make sure that you communicate your goal with us. This also helps us at the end of the program to take a look back and say, oh, I had set this vision for myself and now I have achieved it. Timetable, timetable, timetable. Now let's talk about the timing for the class. It is of importance to note that we have several persons from across different time zones in this class. That is another thing that studying here at E1X Academy gives you the opportunity to do. The opportunity to network with people who do not even live in the same region, the same country, and even the same continent as you. We have students from different walks of life, and your community is a place where you can network with these persons. Your classroom is an opportunity for you to create study groups with these persons. So now we're going to talk about the timing and the number of weeks for this class. As already established, the data analytics for business class holds for 13 weeks. Classes hold for 6 hours a day every week. That day is Saturdays. Classes start on Saturday at 6 p.m. and then it goes on until 10 p.m. if you are based in Nigeria. If you're based in the US, your class will start from 12 noon to 2 p.m. We take 1 hour break for everyone to refresh, stretch their bodies, and then we come back at 3 p.m. and then finish for 5 p.m. For the first 6 weeks of the class, we're going to be learning a combination of Excel for the morning session and SQL for the afternoon session. And then from the 6th week, we're going to move on to another tool called Python, and then we're going to do this in combination with SQL. And towards the end of the program, we're going to be learning Python with Power BI. So if you're in USA, you want to definitely note this time because this will be the time for your classes. Nigeria cohorts, welcome. If you're in Nigeria, here is how your classes would hold. You're going to have one session starting at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's in the evening. So you have the opportunity to do anything that you want during the course of the day. And then in the evening from 6 p.m., please be with your laptop, be with your devices, and start getting ready to learn. So from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., our first session will hold, which will be based on Excel. And then from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., we're going to have our second session, which will be on SQL for the first 5 weeks. After that, we're going to move to Python, and then we're going to be learning that. And we will then close off the session with Python and SQL. Exactly. And this is for everyone who is under the Nigeria timeline. We have another special set of students. These are persons who will believe in their potential, and it is the reason why we target them specifically. We are not an institution that is only based on what people can offer in terms of money. We look for the younger generation and empower them with the skill that they need to make it right after school. And this brings me to the NYSC cohort. In the class, you could and may have the privilege to meet with our NYSC cohort, which consists of persons who are graduates and are currently observing the 1-year service to the nation. This person also have the privilege of learning data analytics here at E1X Academy, and they will be a part of our Nigerian class. So for the first week, they're going to join us in the 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. class for the first session. We take a break from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., and then we resume at 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the second session. At this point, I would like to ask if anyone has a question. Does anybody have a question based on the timetables? Do you have a question? Question? You can raise your hand. You can type your question. Is there any question you had about this program that hasn't been covered yet? Any questions? All right, I will take silence to mean that we are all comfortable with what we currently have. Okay. Godwin, do you have a question? I can see you in the middle of my screen. Do you want to ask a question? Fantastic. We're going to move very, very quickly to our learning portal. At E1X Academy, we are not just about giving you Zoom links to join classes. We have prepared the learning portal where you are able to access your classes, your assignments, submit your assignments. And this learning portal has been built to enable you to learn seamlessly here at E1X Academy. And right now we're going to do a little walkthrough video on how you can access this portal, how you can access your class, how you can access your assignments, how you can see the schedule for your class and the link to join your class. All of that is going to be displayed in this video. So let me know if we can hear the audio on this. Hello, and thank you for signing up for this program. If you can hear the audio in that video, please give me a thumbs up so that I know that you can hear, and if you can't, I can fix it. Thumbs up, please, if you can hear the audio in the video I just shared. Thumbs up, please. Okay, so I believe that we can hear the audio, so I'm just going to go ahead and play it now. Hello, and thank you for signing up for this program at E1X Academy. We appreciate you, and we hope that at the end of your learning, you get as much value as possible from this program. Today, I'm going to be walking you through how to navigate our learning portal and to be able to complete simple actions on the platform. Welcome to the E1X Academy.
Hello, you muted yourself, so we could no longer hear you. We can't hear you right now.
And so that way you're able to segment the course. So sorry about that. Hello, and take it back. Segment the courses that you currently are taking. All right, give me a minute to reload the video. So what I'm going to do, give me a minute to reload the video so it starts from the beginning again. Sorry, everyone. I didn't know that that was going to mute the video. Just going to troubleshoot it a bit and then bring us back on. Okay. Hello, and thank you for signing up for this program at E1X Academy. We appreciate you, and we hope that at the end of your learning, you get as much value as possible from this program. Today, I'm going to be walking you through how to navigate our learning portal and to be able to complete simple actions on the platform. Welcome to the E1X Academy learning platform. When you come to the website, which is e1xacademy.net, you would come across our homepage, which is the page that is currently being displayed on the screen. What you want to do as a student is to click on login. As a student, you would have gotten login details via your email that allows you to log into the learning platform. So you need to enter an email and your password and click on login to continue. Once you click this, the site is going to load and reveal to you your learning portal. Great. Here is the learning portal. It would welcome you and mention your name. So as you can see, it says, welcome back, Romoke. And right here on the page, you can see that I have 2 live sessions. That means that I have 2 courses that are being taught live. If I am enrolled to any course that is online, it would be stated here. And so that way, you're able to segment the courses that you currently are taking at E1X Academy. So what I'm going to do is to also take you through how to see your schedules. If you have an upcoming class, it would be here. You can also see the calendar and see the dates. Your online courses are here, but because I don't have any online courses, none are being displayed. But if I click on live session, you will see the 2 live classes that I currently have. Okay, let's take that scroll back up. So where you have the live course, what you want to do is click on it. So just click. Once you click, it brings you to this bottom part that displays the 2 courses that you currently have, or the 1 course, because when you do sign up, you're either signed up to 1 course or more. So you pick on the particular course that you want to view right now. So I'm going to choose the data analysis for business professional course. Fantastic. So this brings me to the data analysis for business professional program. It shows me the date and the time that I was enrolled into this program, shows me the time that we would likely have classes, shows me the price of the program, but you really are not concerned with this. What you want to do is to scroll down a bit where you will find the description of the course, its curriculum, the reviews that students have left in the past for the course, and you can also leave a review if you want to. And next, we'll have the recordings for the class. So you can see my class recordings. They are well dated, and it shows the time that class held, and I can watch them. Next, you're going to see the portal for your assignment. When I have an assignment, all I need to do is click on that assignment. And when I am done, ready to submit the assignment, what I need to do is to come to the platform and click on submit and upload my assignment to the platform. So this area below here is where you have all the access that you need to your class areas. So again, you have description, you have curriculum, you have reviews, you have the recording for the class, and then you have the assignment. And once you're done with the class, you can always click on log out to leave your learning portal. But how about the time where you have a class that needs to hold and you want to join? You don't have to wait for our email every time. All you need to do is come to this learning portal and click on attend live course. Once you do that, the Zoom link for that particular class that you have for that day will come up, and then you can join the class. There are no classes now, so I really don't have to join this. Okay, so let's come back to the learning portal. So as I said, when you're done, all you need to do is log out. So the question, what if I come here and I'm not able to see my live course? This means that the live course has not been assigned to me yet. And all you need to do is to reach out to customer support to have this fixed. You can always reach out to us via WhatsApp or reply to the email that we usually contact you on. Thank you so much for walking through with me on this. Have a wonderful day. Okay, fantastic. Any questions based on the video we just watched? Any questions? Do we have any questions? Okay, I saw the video, but then I don't understand how to do this.
I have a question.
Okay, Mr. George, proceed, please.
So, is it possible for this video to be sent to us? Because during the presentation, I was being logged out of the meeting consistently, and it was a big struggle for me. So I couldn't get the total information that was.
Definitely, definitely. So every student who is enrolled in this program is still going to get another email that basically outlines the curriculum, the timing for the class, including this LMS video. So you would be getting a link that you can use to watch this video at your convenience. I hope that answers your question. Any other questions?
Yes, it does. And also during the presentation, I heard where we were told that we'll be given login details. Would that be forwarded to us via email also?
Thank you so much for that question. Yes, it's going to be sent to you via email too. We currently haven't sent you the link to access the learning portal because that has not been assigned, but all assignments will be done today after the orientation. So between today and tomorrow, you should get access to the learning portal. If you do not receive this email on the WhatsApp group that you currently belong to, you can always mention this at tomorrow. That's tomorrow. You can always mention this, or you can reach out to me personally. I am also on that WhatsApp group, so you can reach out to me personally to discuss this too. But yes, every student will get access to the learning portal via an email that will be sent to them that contains your username and your password.
All right. So lastly, I don't know if you mentioned it during the course of your presentation, but when you presented the calendar to well, it's sectionalized under a weekly training session. So I want to confirm the weekly training session, is it Monday to Sunday or just Saturday and Sundays only?
Thank you so much, George. The answer to that question is that we only hold classes one day of the week. We have 6 hours with 1 hour break, so it's just one day. We like to give people their Sundays off because we all understand the concept of rest, and we know that a lot of people will learn at E1X Academy are persons who also have full-time jobs. So to enable us learn seamlessly, classes only hold on Saturdays for 6 hours with 1 hour break in between, only Saturdays. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Thank you
Right.
very much.
I really do appreciate all the questions you have asked because it also helps to emphasize to others some of these areas. Any other questions in the house today? Okay, if there are none, I would like to proceed with our presentation today. Cool. I love this part. This is one session that makes me very excited. I mentioned earlier that our trainers are industry experts who are passionate about helping you succeed. They bring years of experience and practical knowledge to guide you through this program. And today I have the honor of introducing you to these trainers. A few of them are on this call and a few others are in absentia, but do not worry, you would have ample time to meet with each and every one of them and to also learn from them. I will start off with Mr. Samson Olanrewaju. Samson Olanrewaju is a senior data analyst who currently works with the United States Federal Government Agency, and he is one of our trainers here at E1X Academy. Folarin is the next trainer that we have here. Folarin Olalekon is a senior data analyst, a senior data analyst who is also based in the US. So some people might be asking, so does this mean that the faculty is only full of persons who are based in the US? No. We also have our trainers, our coaches, our faculty who also belong here or who are also here in Nigeria. And to start us off today, we have Miriam Fajobi, who is a dedicated technology consultant with 5+ years core experience across several industries. She has excellent skills in the areas of database management, data analytics, data mining, data migration, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. Currently, Miriam is working with PwC, and she is here to address us today. Miriam, are you there? So I can give the floor over to you. Hello. Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Miriam.
Good evening.
Good
Hello,
evening.
good morning. Yes. Good morning for those of us in good evening for those in Nigeria. Hope you're all good. Okay.
I'll answer on all of us behalf. We are very fine.
Thank you. Okay, do you want me to start? I think you're doing the introduction.
No, definitely. Please do address us. Tell us what we should expect and any other thing that would help us during the time that we're learning here at E1X.
All right. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to today's orientation. My name is Miriam Fajabi, and I've been in the data space for more than 5 years now. I studied computer science and mathematics, BSc in computer science or MSc. But that shouldn't discourage you that you need a computer science or even science background before you can, transition into data space. It doesn't matter what your first degree or secondary degree are. What matters should be your interest and persistence, okay? And at E1X Academy, we have dedicated tutors and resources that can help you bridge the gap. So I remember when I started, when I was in school, I didn't actually know what I wanted to do after school. I was given the computer science notes because I chose it, right? How should I say chose it? But I tried different things. I tried cybersecurity, tried web development. I didn't really get that click till I was introduced to the world of data, which is like intersection of mathematics and coding, and I enjoyed it. But I remember one of the things that were like blockers for me starting out where I didn't have a mentor, I didn't have someone that has like a defined what's it called outline for me to feel like, okay, after you learn this, you should learn this. I was all over the place. And Google is like the largest library in the world. So I was doing something that I should be doing like 3 years into the space as at year one. So it was a bit overwhelming for me. But that isn't the case for you guys if you join this particular cohort. We have dedicated outline. We have teaching materials that we guide you, that will move you from beginner, or should I say complete novice, to sort of like an expert. Depends on how dedicated you are into learning. So I would like to say welcome once again. I hope to see everyone in the class when we start the course properly. Okay, I'm ready to answer any of your questions at any time. Just shoot us an email. I want to like support you to your journey. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Maria. Thank you. And, sharing your personal experience where you did mention that you didn't have like a mentor when you were starting. I think that also helps the student to know that they have a mentor in you. Miriam is somebody who is very open. You can always ask her questions. And like I said, we also help our students to, one, land roles, two, get internship opportunities. So when these opportunities do come up, if you run into any issues, you're being given a particular assignment at work and you're having difficulty with it, always trust that you have people over here who can always help you with these things. So yes, thank you so much, Marian. Really do appreciate. Fantastic. Marian, great. I wanted you to go up with that. Okay, let's go.
I'm sorry, go up. I think what you just said.
I was just mentioning that I was ready for your presentation and I wanted you to go up with that.
Okay. All right. So I just want to have like a quick what's it called, walkthrough on the different professionals. Should I say popular professionals in data science? They are more than this, but these are like the most popular job roles that you find around. So I know as a beginner, you don't really have like a defined like, oh, I want to be a data engineer, I want to be boy. Or maybe you might, but you might not really have the scope of exactly what they do. Maybe you hear a buzzword on social media or whatnot, and you feel like, okay, let me see what this entails. So I just want to run us quickly through the different data professionals that the popular ones, right? They are more than four, the popular ones, okay? So that you have it at the back of your mind when you're taking the courses. Of course, the beginner courses will entail all the necessary tools you need to become any of these. So it's the subsequent courses that you take that will determine what your specialization should be. All right. So let's start with the data engineers, right? I like to call them the plumbers, right? Because they're in charge of laying pipes, but not the physical pipes that we are all aware of. They lay something called virtual pipe. So they're in charge of cleansing data, creating data pipelines, right, from different sources and transforming them so that the data consumers can make use of them. So I want you to just imagine a scenario that you are currently staying in a bedroom and you would like to have a running tap in your bedroom. I mean, you have the money, so you just want to, like, when you step down from your bed, you want to open a tap and you want water to be gushing out. So, the person you call will be a plumber, right? So they'll be the one that will do all the pipe layering and all those things. And what you shall know is you open the tap and water start running. So that is essentially the work of data engineers too. The lake data pipeline, not the physical pipes that you'll be saying, but data pipelines virtually that will move data from different sources So you can be, let's say, CEO of a store and you have store in 36 states, or let's say 6 different locations. So it would be cumbersome for you to be going to store A and be checking their sales, store B, checking their sales, one after the other. But if you employ a data engineer, he or she is going to consolidate data coming from all these 36 stores and put them in a single repository so that you can view from your bedroom, from the comfort of anywhere, the sales information from any of these stores. Okay, that's essentially what they do. Then for the BI specialist, or I don't know, you might be seeing data analysts, you might be seeing, so it's their job role is sort of like similar. For BI specialists, they are we call them business intelligence, not Power BI, but like the business intelligence specialists. So they are the people, they are the whiz kid behind visualization dashboards. I don't know if you guys have seen reports that are showing different numbers and colors, fancy to communicate numbers to stakeholders. So they are essentially in charge of building dashboard, building reports that identifies trends in data sets. So like I said, let's say you are the CEO and you own 36 stores. You want when the data engineers excuse me, when the data engineers are done with the data pipeline thinking, then the BI specialist can now go to the repository that they've created and build a dashboard for you. So you can, from that dashboard, you can be seeing information like, oh, okay, maybe store B is making sales, store C you need to get more product for a particular store C. I mean, you just see the necessary information on all your store from a single repository from wherever you are, right? And they make it make sense because data in the raw format doesn't make any sense. But when it has been transformed and analyzed, then it start making sense. So just the BI specialist as the dashboard maker, so to say, and they before they can actually create the dashboard, they would have done some cleansing and all. Okay. Then the data scientists, the data scientists and the ML engineers, I like to call them like the magicians. They are not magician, but I mean, they use mathematics and whatnot, like build some models. So you don't really need to be good in maths to actually become any of these. Actually, we have different packages that you can just call and you'll be able to use them, so to say. So data scientists are in charge of building predictive models. I don't know when you check your phone and be like, okay, is it going to rain tomorrow? Or try to check a forecast, something, it's a machine learning algorithm. It's something that is behind it. The prediction is being built by a model, it's being, provided by a model. So the data scientists are the one in charge of building this predictive modeling. So when I talk about predictive modeling, we are talking about, making prediction about a future thing. It does not occur yet, but you're making prediction. And it's not magic at all. It's based on historical data. When you have historical data, you'll be able to like make that kind of prediction. Okay. So the ML engineers also build predictive models, but they take it up the notch by deploying. So most times, data scientists, ML engineer, their job roles are interchangeable depending on the organization you're working in. If it's a structured one, it will be well defined. If it's not, you can sort of like be the jack of all trade. But it's just good to know that, okay, this is the difference between their roles. So for data engineers, so for all these specialists, actually, if you're coming to data space, you can't escape SQL. It doesn't matter what you want to do. You need to know SQL. So SQL is like a must-have skill that you need to know. So that is why we have a lot of weeks dedicated to SQL because it is quite important in this space, okay? It doesn't matter for all of these professionals. SQL is a basic thing that you need to learn how to do. So the SQL is the language of, databases. As I'm communicating with you in English and you guys understand me, right? So the database have their own special language too, and we need to communicate with them in that particular language, and that language is SQL. You can't do anything in data space without data. But how do you get the data? You use SQL to get the data. Okay. So for BI specialists, apart from SQL, they need Power BI. Of course, all of them can have the know-how of how to use Power BI, to create reports, presentation, and all. But they are the, should I say custodian, like they need to know advanced knowledge of Power BI in order to do their job. For data scientists and the machine learning engineers, they need Python. I mean, more than they need Power BI. They can actually survive without Power BI. No, actually, they need Power BI because they need to like report some things, but it's not like an essential skill to have. Or then Python, they can't escape Python. You can build a predictive model, right, in SQL. You can't you can do that, but like, I mean, it's not going to be the same with when you use Python, right? So that is basically what I just want to walk us through. So for the beginners, we have SQL, we have Excel. As far as none of these professionals can escape Excel, you need to know how to know Excel. That's like the basic things. So we have SQL, we have Excel, we have Power BI, and we have Python. So these four tools, right, are very, very good for the beginners, right? It's good to know for everyone. For intermediate and advanced class, you can now decide like, okay, based on what we've taught so far, my interests are more in, maybe Power BI because of the colors and numbers, or my interests are more in Python because of the coding. So a little bit after the beginners class, you can decide on, where to like focus on. I just wish like focus through this different science thing. Okay. Do you have any question? Well, we're all clear. Awesome. All right. Thank you guys for joining today's orientation once again. I hope to see everyone in class when we study. Very pretty cool. Looking forward to each and every one of you. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miriam. Really do appreciate the time that you have taken to walk us through the differences between a data engineer, BI specialist, data scientist, ML engineer. And really, I love how you simplified it. You made so many everyday examples that we can relate to, and that's just commendable. Thank you so much, Miriam, and I'm very sure that the students are looking forward to having you in class. All right. If I could just have the slide taken away. Fantastic. All right, so we're back. Our next person who we're going to be talking about today is Olayemi. Olayemi is a business intelligence developer and Microsoft certified data analyst with expertise in Excel, Python, SQL, Google Looker Studio, Power BI, and Microsoft Fabric. He has diverse experience across industries such as business, enterprises, health tech, and edutech. He specializes in data analysis, strategic decision-making, and business intelligence. Well, we are not going to get addressed by Olayemi today, but trust me, he is somebody who is also a fantastic trainer. I have had the opportunity to listen to him, and I must commend his expertise. Wow, a long array of trainers this evening. Well, do not get tired because a lot of them will still be addressing you today. Our next trainer is Ridwan Ibrahim. Ridwan Ibrahim is a skilled data analyst and instructor with a strong focus on Excel and Power BI. He leverages data insight to solve complex challenges and create effective solutions. Ridwan excels at building interactive dashboards, performing detailed analytics, and teaching others how to use these powerful tools to harness the full potential of their data. Ridwan, would you like to say a word or two to us this evening? Okay, I guess I'll just take that and move on. The next person who we have as our trainer here for the data analytics for business professional course is Abdulhafiz. Abdulhafiz is a skilled data and analytics professional with 5+ years of experience delivering innovative data solutions and insights. His expertise span advanced analytics, data engineering, machine learning, dashboard development, and cloud solutions. Known for aligning technical execution with business objectives, he drives impactful outcomes across diverse projects. I am very sure that Abdulhafiz has a word for us this evening. Mr. Abdulhafiz, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Okay, good evening. You're muted, actually. Are you saying something?
Yeah, I was greeting you, and I just wanted you to go into what you have for us today.
Well, thank you very much. I hope you're very well. Hello everyone. I'm Afiz. Okay, let me just put up my slide and we can just walk through the slide. Yeah, okay. Thank you everyone. So I go by Afiz or Sean. Anyone is fine. So like Romoke has introduced me, I'm a data analytics professional with over 5 years experience, and my expertise cover around data analytics, engineering, and data science itself. I don't really want to bore us with the discussing what is data analytics and the like. So I think first of all, I think my colleague Miriam has done a pretty good job with that. She has exposed us to the nitty-gritty of what we need to understand with regards to what data analytics refers to, and even the different branches or the different professionals under that particular field. I think what I would just want to and again, I feel that data analytics is a buzzword. I'm sure most of us must have come across data analytics, AI, crypto, Web3, these buzzwords that we hear every day, either we're scrolling through Facebook or Twitter or maybe LinkedIn or something. It's something that we have seen at some point, and that's why we have registered interest in trying to learn them data analytics. I think what I would just want to focus on this slide is just to what a career in data analytics would look like. It's a very rewarding career. That's something that you can be certain of. And I think I would just want to focus on what you can expect from this training, and then how to progress in your data career. That is what you can begin with, what you can take on, deciding on what the best niche you want to follow through. Do you want to be a data engineer? Do you want to be a BI person? Do you want to be, that's after you have learned the basic foundation skills. Like for instance, now for every data person, at least your foundational skills will have to be a SQL. You would want to use either Excel or Python, depending on whatever niche you decide to go on with. Um, just go on to the next slide. So if you just pardon me, please just give me a minute, please. I need to read this one. Yeah, so I can go on. So just like we all know, before I talk on this slide, I think I just want to discuss something a bit here with us. So just like most of us must have had what we call the Industrial Revolution, where it transformed economies from Industrial Revolution, that's in around the 70s or 80s, early 80s, where we transformed production from handmade things to machines where you can now start doing large-scale production. You can start producing anything in mass. So I think what those factory, those machines did during those time is what data is doing to us now. I'm sure you must have had something called data is the new oil. That is the fourth industrial revolution, where the manufacturing sector, the financial sector, the research sector, everything is transforming due to the rise of data and connectivity. Every industry, every person is generating data. As we're on this call, we're generating data sets. And then there's a need for the guys or the people that would harness or get information from those data sets that are produced in very, very large amounts. So, and I think apart from that, also a very good need for a data person or a data analyst in every institution or every industry is the fact that the world now is becoming around them personalizing products for your customers. So you want to be able to get your customers to personalize what they want, so that you can be able to produce that for them easily. And then because of the competition is now very keen among competitors, so you want to make sure that you're top of your game. You're analyzing every trend as it's changing, and you're able to give your customers the best that they want. So now I think we can then go on to the data analytics scope that we have here. So the first one here is the descriptive. You have then the diagnostics, the predictive, and then the prescriptive. So the first one, which is descriptive, of course, it's just trying to describe past events. You can say I said it focuses on summarizing past data. So it's something that's happened in the past. And then you're just trying to describe it. So with this kind of skills, this is like the base. Apologies, please. So this is like the base of data analytics curve. You understand? Everybody that gets into data analytics. And I'm sure at one point,
Hi.
yes.
Sorry, we cannot see the screen you're sharing. You're sharing one right now.
Yes. Can you see my screen? Okay, let me reshare the screen then. No problem.
Okay, please do. Okay, I have a few persons confirming they can see it. So fantastic, you can proceed.
Oh, I had stopped sharing. I just wanted to share again, but I can just I can do that. It's fine. What about now? Can we see my screen?
Yes, I'm getting the notice that you started sharing screen. Fantastic. I can see it clearly now. Proceed, please.
Okay, good. So I stopped that descriptive analysis, which I'm saying is where I'm sure every one of us must have done this. Either we have done this at work or we have done this at school. I'm sure most of us when we are maybe when we were in our penultimate level in school in the university or institution, we would have done a project where we have to describe maybe data samples that we've collected, the number of samples we collected, the number of responses, how they are attributed into your interest and your non-interest factors. So this is just describing past events, and then this is the base level. And then you go on again to the next level, which is the diagnostics, trying to understand why events has occurred. So in the way they are trying to understand relationship across two different things here, and that's just what diagnostics means. And then the next level you want to go on to, which is the predictive analysis. Predictive analysis is trying to predict. So you're trying to predict what is yet to occur, what is going to happen in the future. So now in this stage now, this is like a new, for lack of them, just this is like a new level for it, because now you're not dealing with what has happened. You're dealing with something that is yet to happen. And then you want to be able to use your past events to predict what is going to happen in the future. And of course, like what my colleague Miriam said, you see that this is where your data scientists and then your machine learning engineers come into play. They are going to be building models. These models will be trying to understand relationship across various variables, and then you're using these variables to be able to predict what will happen in future. And then the good thing is that with the explosion of AI, a lot of things are coming into play, that's coming fast. Of course, your generative AI, which is your chat GPTs, they fall under this bucket because they're also predicting for you. And then a lot of things will be coming into place. That's where you can now start to predict, oh, what will be my income next month? What will be my this kind of analysis gives you planning. And then the good thing about data analytics is that you're able to plan for almost everything that you want to plan for, because you can use this to predict tomorrow, you can use this to predict next year, 5 years, as far as you can get the data set that you need that will give you that prediction correctly. So and I think the last one is prescriptive, which just gives you recommendations. So of course you have done predictive, but then the recommendations will now be coming based on the relationship that you have studied in the past. So say, okay, fine, because of we have noticed that this will lead to this, you would also need to do A and B and C, something like that. So I'll just go on to the next slide. I hope we can still see my screen.
Yes, we can. Yes.
Fantastic, thank you. So the next one. So what the digital journey could look like. So I've just tried to do is just to show us now we are spoken about the science itself. And we're now going into the tools itself, the tools that would use to do the science. So the science is one thing, and then now this is the tools. Now the first one will be around maybe your spreadsheets. You want to first start with either Excel or your Google Sheets, and maybe Zoho Sheet and the likes. And then you can proceed or transcend to BI, which is the data, the business intelligence guys, those guys that deal with dashboards, visualizations, either you're using Power BI, Tableau, Looker, or the likes, whatever you're using. The core is the most important thing that you need to focus on is the science itself, because at the end of the day, those tools are just, they're not the same thing, but then the understanding that we use in one tool is the same that we use in another. So I'll give us an example. If I learn how to do a sum on Excel, it's the same sum I'll still do on Google Sheet. Almost the same application or the same way I would do it. The only difference might just be maybe, that's if there's a difference. It might just be maybe some syntax might just be different from themselves. So what I'm trying to say is that the tools, don't bother so much about the tools, because whenever you're learning any tool, even in our subsequent classes, I want everyone to focus on the understanding or the science behind what we are trying to do. Because by the time what you will do in Excel and you also want to do it in SQL, is the same understanding that you have already understood that you still transfer to that next tool. So like I said, you start with your spreadsheet first of all, then you can go on to BI. Of course, this is not cast in stone. Some persons can begin from Python and then they come down to learn Excel. So it depends on how your journey is. But then I feel that from experience, I've come to realize that people starting small, say from Excel, and then they go on to SQL or BI, it's easy for them to be able to stand firm in data analytics. Why? Because if you start with some things that are very, very big at the first instance, if you are not someone that is very, very determined, and so especially some of us that are trying to transcend or transition from a quite different role. For instance, now my manager now is currently my manager at work is I think his background is microbiology or something like that. But then he's a manager in data analytics team. So that's just to show you that anyone can transcend from whatever you are currently doing now to whatever you need to do. But the thing is that you need to just plan on how best you want to go around it. So like I said, you can go from Excel to BI, then to SQL. And then after you're grounded in these tools now, maybe then you can now start saying, okay, fine, I want to go into predictions. I want to start learning Python. I want to learn Scala. I want to learn R and the likes. And then if you even get to that again, and then you feel, oh no, this is not, I don't want to stop here. Of course, now you see now we're beginning to have NLP engineers, we're beginning to have AI engineers, and you feel, okay, AI is the next thing for me. And now because of the fact that the AI that you want to go into in terms of the volume of the data and the volume of the data set that you need to be able to actualize those streams. You might want to start learning big data tools, your cloud tools, like maybe your Snowflake, your Databricks, your Synapse, and the likes. So all these things, these are the things that would explain to us as we begin our training. We will look at the concept, we understand it, we begin, okay, this is the next step you can go, and this is how you can do this, like this, like this. So I think so I think my next slide will just be to what we should what I've discussed what you can expect from us. Now I want to also tell you what we should expect from you. So if you want to really maximize this opportunity that you have, the first one is in the data world or the tech world generally, you need to keep an open mind because as you're learning A today, you should not be amazed if you come tomorrow and then that A is now not what is raining anymore. People are already learning B. You understand? So you must be able to keep an open mind. And then this does not mean that if you learn something today, you're not going to be able to use it tomorrow. No. What I'm trying to say is that because of people always thinking of how to do things better, they can come up with a way that is better than what people are used to doing. So you want to be able to catch up, you want to be able to learn something. There are no one way to achieve one goal. There are several ways to achieve any goal in tech world. So that's what I want us to keep an open mind for. Then the next thing is to ask questions. Of course, there are concepts that you'll be introduced to that would be quite maybe that will be strange at first, maybe because you have not done anything like that before. Ask questions. By the time you ask questions, you get deeper understanding of what you need to do and how you need to do it. And then the next one is you must be prepared to practice. Whatever you learn in class, you practice, you practice, you practice, you try new things, and then before you know it, you become an expert in that thing. And I think this is the end of my slide. I would also be I don't know if there are questions from what I've just shared. Any question? And if there's no question, I'll just hand over back to room. Okay.
Please, can you just go back to the last slide? The last thing you mentioned.
You want to see my thank you slide?
No, not the thank you slide.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I know it's not the thank you slide.
The things you expect from us.
Okay, this one. This one. This slide. Can you see my screen?
Yes, exactly. This one. Yeah, I can see the screen. Yes. So the practice, is it going to be done during the class, and can it also be done like after
Okay, I
the
think I skipped that. Thank you for that. So of course we would have practice in class. You understand? There'll be a lot of
okay.
practice in class. And then of course we would also be giving us data sets that we'll be practicing with real world data sets. And then of course for our capstone project, you would have to, for our capstone project, this is what will be determined in class on how best we want to go. If you want to find something yourself, fine. If it's something that, but in terms of the class itself, this is something at least so I immediately take SQL. So for my SQL class, I'm sure that you would work with at least four different data sets in just the 8 weeks that we're going to have. So you work with simple data sets, then begin to get to joins, and then you begin to work with different kind of data set that would give you a full grasp of, even if you get into a business today and you see something, you'll be something that you feel that, oh, fine, I think it is something I can really be able to get how I can go around it. I don't know if this paints a good question, a good answer for you.
Yes, it's a good answer. And also slide 3,
Oh,
where you
I
were
think,
talking about data analytics
yes,
of
please go. Well, I was talking about this one, slide 3. Okay, sorry.
yes, please. Please, can you explain the predictive for me, please? I think I didn't quite get that.
Okay, so
Thank you.
predictive. So this is it. So I will just give us an example that we can all relate with. So say for instance, now you work in a bank. or you work in whatever you work. Or let's do this. You sell cars, you understand? And then let's say, for instance, now your cars, now you've seen that, okay, we made sales of say 100, we sold 100 cars last month. Of course, this is the 100 cars you sold last month. So say maybe you got a revenue of maybe 2 billion naira, and then you got a profit of say 500 million. Those are what you're describing, events that have occurred in the past. So now, but you want to plan. You want to plan to say, okay, fine, can I plan? And of course, we must understand that predictions are calculated guesses. You're not saying this is what will happen. You're just trying to predict what will happen. So you can decide to say, okay, fine, let me get a model, a simple model, like say a regression. In fact, let's start from regression, but let's start with on average. Say for instance now, you've sold maybe for month one. I hope I'm not going too fast.
No. Very okay, please.
Right. So let's say month one, you sold 50 cars, you understand? Month two, you sold 60 cars. Month three, you sold 70 cars. Do you understand? So on average, that's for 3 months, that's 180 cars. You can simply guess and say, on average, I think for my April, for month four, I should sell 60 cars. Why? Because you can say, because that's the average of the three. That's one particular, that's a prediction, that's a guess. The next one is to say, okay, since I've been doing 50, 60, 70, I can say the next month I will sell 80 cars. Why? Because you are saying that 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. But those are just very, very simple guesses, like for me, like a layman. So where the predictive analysis comes here is that there are different models, different mathematical or statistical models that have been built, that have been pre-trained. You understand? Or you can even build one yourself. You understand? So what this would do is this calculations, or you have different calculations running across your different variables. Your different variables here can be maybe the number of cars that you have in your park, can be the number of employees that you have, it can be the number of ads you are flying, you're posting on social media, maybe Facebook, the number of what did I say again? Maybe the number of employees. So all these different factors that you have, we would use those models to think or to try to get how they relate, or how they correspond, or how they predict your sales. So after you get to those relationships, I'm sure might be a little bit complex for us, but just to make it so you to get what prediction would then be. So I've explained what simple prediction is. Now, what this predictive itself will now be is that you're using complex models or statistical models to then do that prediction. The reason why this is better, of course, is because this is more sophisticated. That's one. And then this one it looks into the data itself. It looks into the numbers. You're not just looking at it what I say, looking at it on a face value. You understand? You're crunching some high numbers to be able to get what you're trying to predict. So what that prediction is just doing for you is just trying for you to be able to predict what you don't know yet. Either this is a number, either this is a classification, because this can also fall into several groups. You could have the ones that will be predicting values, which is numbers. You could have one that will be predicting variables, or something like nominal values, like if you want to predict if it's going to rain or not. That's a yes or no. That's like a classification prediction. So different things like that fall, even like I said before, also even our chat GPTs, they are also predictive models also, because they are GANs, they are generative adversary neural networks. So what they're trying to do is they're just trying to predict the next text for you. So when I say how are you, it's able to predict the next text that makes sense to that how are you. So I don't know if this let me just stop here so I don't overflog this predictive. So I think that answers the question.
Yeah, I think so too. Thank you so much. I think so too. And thank God that you're enrolled in this program. So if there are any further questions, trust me, you will catch Abdulaziz in class, and you can definitely, ask him for more details about this. And I'm sure that he will be more than happy to walk you through it. Okay, so let's continue so that we can, keep this moving. Okay, so we're going back to our slides. Okay. Now, for those of you who know E1X and what we do here, you would know that the person who is the visionary of this idea that we have today is none other than Mr. Tomiwa Sosimi, and he's a senior business intelligence analyst at a leading financial service company in the US, and he currently serves as the lead consultant here at E1X Academy. Mr. Tomiwa Sosimi, are you ready to address us?
Thank you, Romoke. Oh, so sorry. I think I need. Give me a second.
That's fine. So while he is away, I'm just going to move to the next thing, which talks about assessing. Okay, Mr. Noah is back.
I'm back. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, I would like to welcome everyone to this cohort. It's going to be an amazing journey, no doubt. So I welcome the Kubox family, if you are here on the call. Right. Then I also welcome people from the US and those in Nigeria. It's going to be a very engaging session or class like no other. So I think you should keep an open mind during the entire classes. That's what I would say. Come up with questions. You have to work hard. I won't lie to you. Becoming a data analyst is not something that will jump on you. It requires practice. You know, it's not hard, but you need to learn. You need to practice. You need to, have a plan. You know, don't just do it for doing sake. Don't do it for the fact that data or data analytics has become something everybody talk about. I want you to come with the fact that, hey, after this session or after this training, I want to land a job or I want to set up a consulting company. You must have something in mind that you want to do, right? And when you have that in mind, that goal in mind, right, you want to do it with every ability, with every zeal and zest in you to ensure that you achieve that. And if you notice from the conversation you've had from my colleagues, everyone that have spoken, say that they are seasoned, they know what they are doing, and they are ready to give part of that back to you, including myself, right? At the end of the day, we are going to meet at one point during this entire journey. So I would like to welcome you once again. And thank you, Romoke, for the 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 good work you are doing. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. I wish you success in this journey. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we are almost done. We're almost done with today's orientation. I'm super, super excited for how you have given us your time to be here, and we do not want to waste any part of that time at all, which is why I'm just going to run along what is left in today's orientation. And I do trust that you have gotten enough value for the time that you have given to join this orientation. So classes start officially April 19th. Woo! And our live sessions will be on Zoom. Please check your email for class link. All course materials and updates will also be shared with you on our online platform. That is your class recordings, your assignments, all of that will be shared on the LMS. Ensure that you log in regularly to stay updated and on track with the program's requirements. Do not forget, class starts on April 19th, which is next week, Saturday. What do you need to excel in this program? The first thing is that you have to attend all classes promptly and regularly. Make sure that you are in class. Don't be that person who says, I will catch up later, and then you miss the class, you don't watch the recording, and by the next time you come to class, you're confused. Please don't be that person. Attend all classes, engage actively in group projects and assignments. When you're being given assignments, they can be individual, they can be group assignments. Ensure that you participate and that you submit in time. The next thing is participate in Q&A sessions. Be that person who asks questions during class. Don't leave all the figuring out for you to do later. Ask the key questions while you're in class. Share feedback regularly to help us improve your learning experience. Was the class rowdy? Was the slide untidy? Were you unable to understand what the trainer was teaching? Ensure that you always share feedback so that we can work with you while the program is going on. We don't want somebody to finish with the program and then feel like, oh, they didn't really give me a good time there. We would like for you to tell us during the course of the program so that we can fix whatever issue that you're currently facing. And if you do have any issue during the program, please contact us at info@e1xacademy.net or send us a chat via WhatsApp on this number that is being displayed on the screen right now. You can take that number down. That number is also on all WhatsApp groups that you currently belong to. You can always send me a private DM, and trust me, I will help you walk through any issues that you encounter. And with that, we have come to the Q&A session of today's meeting. Okay, do we have any questions before we go? Questions in the house? I don't know how to do this. I was wondering how we're going to complete that. When are we going to get this? Any questions that you have, now is the time to ask. Should I take it that there are no questions? All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you, Abdulaziz. Thank you, Mr. Tomiwa. Thank you so much for addressing us. And I do trust that the things that they have shared with us this evening will prompt us into thinking into what type of data analyst that you want to be. As we have learned today, there are different types of data analysts at different levels, and all of that, all the possibility of becoming any of those starts with this journey that you have started. It's the data analytics for business professional. And we want to say thank you for attending today's orientation. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye for now. Bye, everyone.